had I just got through the actual facts.
All right.
So now I'm just trying to like get draws for each individual degree before I even move on to the solar effects. That way I have like a proper understanding. Or at least I'm not just like scrambling to go back to see what I can do. Like, I can already see how things correlate in other sections of 120.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting because that's interesting because there's something instrumental in the actual facts dealing with the topic of today, which is word is life. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me got my sandwich over here. But how you see the days degree in the 114?
Have you heard that your word shall be born because have you not heard that your word shall be born because of whom what? Yes, my word is born is life. And I'm giving my life to whom the word shall fail. So, I'm saying it's just like staying true to yourself. I'm saying like if you're gonna put your word or something, you should at least like you should mean it. I'm saying like that's what your thoughts that's to be what your thoughts are saying. I'm saying like your word should be in alignment with your thoughts. And if it's not, then you're lying. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not being true to who you are. I'm saying like if someone's saying that like let's say I'm like, oh, I wanna be like the best basketball player, but my mind is always focused on football. I'm saying obviously there's a disconnect between the things that I want to do and the things that I'm actually doing. I'm saying at that point I'm not really dealing with reality.
So one thing that I've seen especially with new people that's just coming into the knowledge, right? If they confuse word is born, right, with swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see that?
I see like swear to God is like in the 85 world, that's like you swearing to something outside of yourself. Like I'm putting it on everything I love, rather than you just putting it on what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna hold this weight. I'm gonna hold the repercussions of what I'm saying. I'm not gonna hold anyone else accountable for what I'm doing. Like I see word is born more similar to like cross your heart, or if I was to lie, then I'm gonna stab myself. You know what I'm saying? Rather than I'm gonna cross someone else's heart.
You see, here's the thing you gotta remember, right? You gotta go back to the part where it says word.
Hmm.
See, in the beginning was the word. So when you say word is bond, right? You're making that word flesh. You understand what I'm saying? As you live it out. Now, when you deal with the actual facts, right? What's today's degree in the actual facts?
1 mile equals 1,760 yards, 5,280 feet.
You guys don't say 5,280 feet equal 1 mile?
No.
But see, that's the miles that you're walking. You understand what I'm saying? So like, okay, you said the word, right? You talk the talk. Now you gotta walk the walk. You see what I'm saying? In all worlds from highest to lowest, because see, those are different worlds. Meaning, you know, yards and miles. Pardon me, yards and feet. Those are different calculations that you're going through. You understand what I'm saying? It's like certain times, a person, they'll do something that people don't like. And then they'll end the day, they'll wonder, like, damn, it's like everybody is telling me about that. But see, it's the same way when you do something good. You don't mind if everybody tells you, yo, that was good when you won the Super Bowl. So everybody's going to tell you, yeah, it was bad when you lost it too. Because now you got to live that out. You made it. Now you got to own it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's when you're dealing with knowledge. Knowledge, you're dealing with, all right, wisdom, right? You got your words and you got your actions. That's what's supposed to be bonded together. You're not supposed to be saying this over here and then you're doing something else. See, that's a really, when you say word is life. See, like when we say word is life, right? How do we express this life right here, this culture? You know what I'm saying? How we resurrect ourselves and everybody around us. So we say self is savior, right? We do all that through the word. We're not giving people life through sex. You know what I mean? We do that too, but that's not, you know what I'm saying, what we teaching and how we teach. Right? This is manifested through the word. And then you gotta walk that word, right, with those that's already walked it. You got some people in here, District 120, Kasim, Aga, Sincere, Kasim. Divine understanding. No. You see, my point is, all that's different from swear to God. So now here's the thing. If a person got to tell you that their word is bond, right? Their word ain't bond. Because when they make their wisdom born, right? It's either true or it's not. It's either born alive or it's born dead. What is the point of you saying word is born after you speak? Like, is that going to make it more, what? More believable? Is it going to, you understand what I'm saying? You just living out what it is that you say, which is the aspect of it. You see, it says, word is bond, and bond is life. So see, my word is just life. Like you said, you're looking for all these other things that's outside of yourself to show and prove what you said, right? If I'm lying, a lightning bolt is going to strike me down right now. You know, uh, various things. It's been a long time since I was 85, but I remember, you know what I'm saying, saying those types of things, right? And be lying. And listen, that's another reason how I knew it wasn't no mystery guy. You know what I'm saying? That's like he'll say there wouldn't be nobody left in his class. Man, he done struck everybody down. That's why I said if a person got to tell you that their word is bond, their word is not bond. Because if your word is life, right, then that's how you live. And so I already know what you're going to do. Because I can see the fruit that your word and your actions is born. Other than that, you can tell me words bond, right? But if I don't know you, what that's supposed to mean? I don't knowledge your knowledge. We haven't walked those miles together, like I said, to where now I know your word is bond. Your word is life. That don't really mean that if a person just tell you your word is bond, you don't like a person, they put their hand on the Bible, you don't know if that person is even religious. You don't know them.
Somebody can say they're gonna put on everything they love, and in actuality, like they love nothing.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, right? You're either gonna do what you say, what you said is the truth or not. It's no catch up. That's what I'm saying. See, those is one of those things, right? Where you gotta be aware of this, right? Where the concepts of Christianity, right, is so strong in your mind, right? When you come into the knowledge that you transplant all of those ideas onto things in the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So if you thought that God was a magical white man, now you just changed it thinking it's a magical black man. You know what I'm saying? And instead of thinking he live in the sky, he live in the hood or whatever, but you still thinking, you looking for these other magical powers. And so you still searching for that does not exist. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you say you God, right? And the person asks you something stupid, like, make a butterfly walk through the wall. Yeah, but you ain't never seen nobody else make a butterfly walk through the wall. You don't put money in the plate for me. Ask your guy to walk through the wall and make a fucking butterfly. Let me see how that works out. You see what I'm saying? But that's because that person, they have that concept. It's not just that we saying that the mystery God don't exist. We saying that the mystery powers that he's supposed to have also don't exist. Like with, everything that exists, we can see that the steps and stages that it go through to come into existence. There's nothing, I mean, yeah, it's, things can still be magical. They can still, in terms of, it's still, well, let me not say magical, but things it's still miraculous. You know what I'm saying? It's still, uh, a thing of wonder that the heart beats and, has all the functions that it has, and works in harmony perfectly with the lungs and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? The digestive system, the blood carrying the nutrients, all of that still, that's a thing of wonder, but it's not magical. We can explain it just like that. You see what I'm saying? But people bring these ideas, right? Like, I swear to God, right? They bring those ideas with them into the knowledge. And see, that's one of the reasons why it's, better to teach the babies because they come in there with less of that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't had really that much opportunity for certain things to be molded into you like that yet.
Instead of pulling out the pin, you just keep the pin in your head and you're changing the idea.
Yeah, because everybody throughout life, right? You calibrating your scale of justice. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you weigh and judge things in the way that you weigh and judge them. You know what I'm saying? Based on, your knowledge and the experience that you have. You know what I'm saying? Um, well, I'll leave that at that because we be going into a different topic. But but when a person when a person comes into the knowledge, right, and they feel like their scale has already been calibrated, right, then they're measuring the knowledge up against this stuff that they already know. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, like, if you came into the knowledge, right, with uh, you know, you was already, a part of whatever other nation, right? So when you're coming in, you're looking for the parallels to the things that you already know. And those parallels may not exist over here in this world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, reincarnation, besides for Jesus, there's really no, you understand what I'm saying? People gonna live again, and there's no equivalent to that in Christianity. You see what I'm saying? So, but if you go over there trying to measure things like that, right? Then you're gonna think that this thing over here is inferior because you're measuring it with a, by you're measuring it by the principles and the values of a different world. You see what I'm saying? So if a person, uh, you know, they might have been, they might have been NOI, right? And they may come into this knowledge, and you would hear them a lot of times saying, yeah, well, Elijah said this, Elijah said that, but it's like, yeah, we heard what Elijah said. But he's got followers over the block, down the block, that, please, he's got followers down the block that's who that's meant for. You understand what I'm saying? That's not what we do. So, all of that's an aspect of, this culture in terms of, because, you got those things that you already experienced before you came in, but then on top of that, we're immersed in the whole culture, right? Meaning that, look, it's getting a little bit different now, right? But when I first got the knowledge, you could look at how people was dressed and tell what era they got the knowledge in. You know what I'm saying? Because we still immersed in this culture that's all around us. You see what I'm saying? And if we get to the point where even in the present time, right, that happens, where now you comparing yourself to people in the 85% world and people in the religious world that's doing other things to accomplish what they accomplished that you ain't trying to do. But if once your value system tries to, because look, we don't just have the knowledge, right? We got ethics and values and principles that go with that. So, and look, that's something that we, listen, man, Allah taught this, Allah taught that, who did Allah teach? But look, Allah taught some other things that go with those lessons. You understand what I'm saying? So even when people say that, people like, yo, yeah, I got everything. We didn't. We need everything for the NOI. Because all the experiences from Danville, Virginia, all the way up until 1964, right, is a part of the teachings that we got. So what happens is, like I said, you can come in and you have people that they intrigued with the knowledge, they intrigued with how it sounds, right? Look, the Muslims got the same lessons we got, right? But they can't make it sound like we make it sound. You know what I'm saying? Like in I'm talking about if you listen to hip hop and all of that, we got a particular way how we can make it sound. Getting back to my point is that, people get this knowledge, right? But, you got street ethics and values. You understand what I'm saying? That's affecting how it is that what your expression of this knowledge is. Got the bar, West Coast Wise, Justice. I'm over here. I gotta finish up my sandwich. Shout out to the guys up in Massachusetts. I was up in Massachusetts over the weekend. Had a good time. Saw some members of the family up there. But you got all those different things, right? That you gotta That's why the lessons is important. The lessons is probably your best tool, right? To stop from drifting off into space.
Yeah, I see that for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because, over time, you're going to see that. You know what I'm saying? It's people that I see them, right? And it's like they seen a ghost because they haven't even thought about the knowledge in years. You know what I'm saying? But then so it's like they never, in their mind, they never officially fell victim. They didn't even realize that they gradually drifted off into space. If you drifted past 3,680,000,000, you're not here with us no more.
You got thrown to reputation.
You see what I'm saying? Because they didn't stay grounded. You know what I'm saying? The lessons, that's you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, a lot of things, when you on the outside looking in or something, and you like, yo, why are you dealing with the lessons like that? And you know what I'm saying? They seem to be caught up in it. And you can't be caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? If you start thinking that, just the limitation of these words on the paper is all that it is. You know what I'm saying? Even in terms of, like God was saying, who is Everest? You understand what I'm saying? There's levels that, you understand what I'm saying? You getting on the solar facts. You know what I mean? Okay, now what is the limitation of the field of astronomy? You see what I'm saying? You can get caught up in that, or even in not understanding, right? That look, that's just a head start. Now it's quite a head start, right? But you know how, like, when you're in school, you're in the first and second grade, and they give you that workbook, and it's like the first couple of answers is done for you.
Yeah, the example.
Yeah. See, you got 40 examples. But what happens when you get to 41 and anything? What are you going to do then? Now you got to write your own lessons. And see, if word hasn't been life, and you haven't been walking that walk, right? 1 mile at a time, then yeah, you're going to be lost when you get over there. Those are the used to be guys. You understand what I'm saying? That they'll tell you, yeah, I outgrew that. You understand what I'm saying? But that's because you didn't realize that was just an example. You weren't supposed to be wearing those shoes. That was for the floor sample right there. That was
Foundation.
That's it. But in all them different ways, that's what I'm saying. You got to build on it, right? You got the foundation of that knowledge and wisdom, but you got to see all the layers of understanding. But yeah, some people, they get caught up in just that, asking each other back and forth, what's this question? What's that question? Where you trying to, you got a different motive. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to see who each other is. We got to see who each other, if you say you the God, okay, if word is bond, you know what I mean? You should be able to show evidence that you live in the South. But there's also just a level where, in whatever way or the other, you're using it, you're using the knowledge to show your superiority over people. You understand what I'm saying? And how you exercise that superiority, whether you taking money from them, whether taking advantage of them in whatever other way, right? Or whether you just, massaging your ego to say, look, I know all these things and these cats over here don't. You got people like that. But that's what they got in life is that, I know this obscure fact over here and you don't. Or that's other ideas that you're bringing into the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. Even when you listen to certain history, right? People is giving you the history of the nation and the people of the nation and the things that happen. A lot of that stuff never would happen if Allah was around. That was, those people's expression, first of all, Allah was a grown man. And they was kids. So, just the level of maturity and what's the, what I'm saying, what we're going to think is appropriate in different situations is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But these is ideas that you bring in. Look, a lot of, people, a lot of us, we was already doing crime when we got the knowledge. But that ended up reflecting on to Allah when people think that we came into the 5% and started doing that. Now it's the other way around. You see what I'm saying? And Allah didn't pick off of the honor roll. Like if he would have went to all kids on the honor roll, right, then the nation he would have a lot more success stories. See, we still success stories, but we done been over the river and through the woods and shit before we finally learned for good and shit. You see what I'm saying? But if he had chose from a different group of kids, but you already picked the people that was already. And then see when you coming in like that, look, all those levels of maturity. When you come in, you got a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say you, right? But me, right? I had a certain degree of anger, just in terms of expression that the black man is God and the white man is the devil, right? I had a certain amount of anger because of the situation in America and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So certain things, when Allah is saying, yo, we not pro-black or anti-white, I can't understand this shit at the time and shit. Like, he couldn't have said that. I'm like, nah, that's impossible, man. Why would you say something like that? They the devil. But see, I didn't understand. See what I'm saying? When I'm seeing the culture degree, I'm looking at it as them and shit. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge out of cipher degree in the 1 and 14, I'm looking at that as them. So certain things, Allah said, one day you want to see us in the UN. In my mind, I'm thinking, why would he want us to be around those snakes? But see, I'm not, like I said, I'm not at that level of maturity yet. those are the things that happen, like, okay, now once you become immersed in the culture and you start growing up, now see, look, stuff like that, yeah, I'll agree that. But that wasn't the knowledge, that was me. You understand what I'm saying? And people thinking you outgrew the knowledge, no, you outgrew your mentality about the knowledge. And then because you didn't really understand the knowledge, you moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, when the young Christians, the only mostly reason they worry about Christianity is, when they get in trouble, they want God to save them. They're not immersed in the culture of saying that, okay, it's they don't use those exact words, right? But Jesus is going around uplifting the community. You know what I'm saying? He's making blind people see. These people over here is hungry and shit. He's giving them fish. You understand what I'm saying? People that mentally and emotionally they twisted. He's giving them the word that's life. But you're not thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking about Christmas and Easter and shit, where, as just a young person that's dealing with Christianity. It's the same thing when you come into the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And word is bond is just, that's, one of those real, I wouldn't say tricky, but it's one of those ideas, right? Where you really got to break out of that Christian mentality, right? To understand what word is bond means. You see what I'm saying? Like, you really got to break out of that Christian mentality to understand what God of the universe means. See, because, you got people, right, that they still trying to hit spells and shit. Like, it's people that, they trying to find the waters of Lake Minnetonka or something, so they can get the powers to levitate and shit. Now look, you might could levitate. I might, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's an impossibility that something like that is possible. But I'm saying that if you can't even quote your lessons, how you know what I'm saying? You trying to run before you crawl and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's master this regular shit, right? And then we'll see if it's something after this. But right now,
you're trying to be God in the heavens above before you even God on earth.
Yeah. And then you're not understanding what the heavens above is. See, that's what look, that's why Jesus teaches is not Christianity. Guess what? Buddha teaches not Buddhism either. See, when you look at them degrees, right? Jesus lived 2,000 years ago. Christianity is 551 years old. Siddhartha Gautama, who they saying is Buddha, right? Even though it's, when you go over there, it's supposed to be legends of thousands of Buddhas or whatever. That's something different. But I'm saying he didn't exist 35,000 years ago. So what that's telling you is that these different religions all around, the way people is worshiping, you understand what I'm saying, is not the original teachings of the person that they talking about. You see what I'm saying? And exactly what you said, that's what it comes down to. People not understanding what the heavens above is. So you trying to bring about this kingdom in all types of ways that it's not supposed to be. So, if Jesus is saying, you coming into the kingdom of the Lord, he doesn't mean that you're supposed to go out and start killing people to manifest this, because that's not even the world or the type of kingdom that he's talking about. You see what I'm saying? Or, just in general, the way we deal with things, right? Where it's like, okay, you know, the heavens above is not something that we wait on, right? We know that, we build the heavens above ourselves, right? And then we let those jewels manifest into our physical life, but we not, see, like, look, like you said, look, you ever notice that in a lot of these, when they talk about the heavens above, right, in different schools of thought, they always explain it by worldly stuff. You know what I mean? Like 99 virgins and stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? You not that's not the heavens above. That's not what we're talking about. And see, like I said, again, that's why people don't understand. So you tell somebody you God, they talk about, jump over the moon or something. Because they don't understand. You got a whole other concept. Tell your God to jump over the moon. I ain't see your God do one thing for you yet, and you bothering me. See, that's like, look, if you go in this store, right, and you get this man your money, and then you go in the other store and ask him for his stuff. Nah, bro, go back over there with you. What's wrong with you? Don't ask me nothing. So we got the wordsmith is here. I don't know. The wordsmith, mine is, when it takes light 500 seconds to reach the planet Earth, right? But how long do it take to reach everywhere else? See, sometimes divine is having a little excursion through the universe, and it takes some time for us to catch up. See, because that's the light. So you say something to somebody, right? And they're not here on this planet with us, then it takes longer for that word to get to them. You know what I'm saying? Or it might take less time, but they can't absorb it.
Only getting bits and pieces.
Yeah. They don't know what to do with the light. So Devon said, I met two Kelly guys that are exceptions to the rule. Kelly guys gave me bagels and drove me to a hotel when I was in a bad situation. So yeah, the white man's the devil, but those two Yaku had a botched experiment. Well, listen, like I said, uh, there's no but there for me. See, because I understand what civilization and righteousness is. And like I said, the younger me, you know, I would have had a much harder time, even thinking that that would happen. Like the younger me, I wouldn't took no bagel from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would,
Stop me.
I would be under the impression. See, especially look, you gotta remember, if you had the kind of military training that we was going through there, it's like, yeah, see, you trying to give me the wrong food somehow. Like that would all that would trigger from the jump, like, no. But see now, I don't understand that there's positive and negative in every atom in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's positive and negative in everything, in everybody. You see what I'm saying? But now that's because I can back up and see it scientifically, right? Because I let go of some of those ideas that I had from, like, you see the movie Roots came out? The new one came out a couple years ago?
No. I seen the talking about the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well the original one when it came on TV, I was in my super formative years, like maybe first grade or something like that. So, stuff like that kind of, and even at the time, right, because I didn't understand history, I used to wonder why they was always talking about Martin Luther King. Because when I was little, right, if you was in black and white, if your pictures was black and white and you was black and white on TV, on the color TV, then I thought you was from like ancient times, like you didn't exist in the same, like, so I used to be wondering, like, damn, why I didn't realize, like, nah, all this shit just happened, bro. It ain't even been 10 years. I'm like, yo, why are you talking about these cats, man? But I'm looking at this, listen, I'm seeing the bridge and shit, the Edmund Pettus Bridge, the Selma, Alabama, all the freedom marches, you know what I'm saying? And, they showing Malcolm X getting taken out of the what's your name and shit. They ain't even got him covered up and shit. So this is what's kind of, and then you got Farrakhan is out there. He's fiery. It's not the same Farrakhan. It's not the same Farrakhan now. So with that being the only stuff that I had to calibrate my scale of justice, you see what I'm saying? That was the way I was thinking. But see, now this, this is you suggesting this, right? It's not like, you're shaking the foundations of my, you know what I'm saying? Like now I'm about to, because that's how you don't get on that Malcolm stuff. And shout out to Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Now you chucking that shit, or you went to Mecca, and now you seeing shit is different. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying?
He seen the similarities in the way of life, and he was like, oh shit, it's not all black and white.
Yeah. You know, because you know, see, the knowledge degree comes first. So there are certain things, right? Now, I don't want to cause too much controversy, but the wisdom ability degree, right? That borns knowledge, that cipher borns knowledge. I know a lot of y'all just don't get too hyped. But in the wisdom ability degree, right? In the 136, you got somebody telling you that you're going to receive more gold for your labor in another part of the planet, right?
Mm.
Okay, but what degree did it tell you why the devil isn't settled on the best part of the planet Earth? You see what I'm saying? So you had to lose the knowledge. See, you're the person that was already searching for trillions of years when somebody came and said, yo, I found it over here.
Mm.
You have to, that's the reality. That, you know, regardless of what the devil did, right? They don't say devil save us. It says selfish savior. I mean, you gotta save yourself. Buddha's not coming back. Jesus not coming back. Nobody's coming back. So at the end of the day, whatever the devil did, right? He might be to blame for it, but he's not the solution. The devil's never going to provide you with a solution.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Wow.
So we can sit there, right? And you know, back in the days, right? This is back when we was in Kitty Land, right? And we just say understanding that you got insight and you got eyesight, right? So eyesight is with the physical eyes, then you got insight with the third eye. But then the insight, right? You got sight, you got hindsight, and you got foresight. You know what I'm saying? It's easiest to have hindsight. A lot of people got that where you can look back now that everything's happened and say, yeah, you know, this is what happened. I can break it down. You know what I'm saying? Then you got, you know, sight where it's like, okay, I can see in real time what's going on here. Like I can see I'm in this situation. All right, I can see that this person here, they got cool in the cipher right here. Let me stay away from it. Right? And then you got foresight, which is the most difficult to have. You know what I'm saying? You know, where, you know, not only could you see things that's just getting ready to happen, but you see visions that you about to make happen, right? That other people can't see yet. Like you saying, I'm gonna accomplish this goal right here. And the people around you might don't have that type of sight. They like, nah, man, you can't do that. And it could be anything. You can say, yo, man, I'm gonna go to motherfucking college. And man, you ain't making it to college. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, what are you talking about? But it's that they don't have that kind of sight. Now, they're gonna have the hindsight, and they're gonna say, yo, son, I remember that nigga said he was going to college, bro. And then I see, yo, he did this and shit, and yo, he stopped hanging with us at certain times and shit. He used to be going to do his thing and shit. She didn't see the whole thing when that happened. And see, we get like that on a universal level, where because we can look at the problem with hindsight and we can break it all down, it makes us feel like we did a solution. But really, you just elaborated on the problem, on a masterful level, but you didn't really see, like, everybody can break down, what happened in slavery, what happened in Jim Crow, what happened in the inner cities, what happened with redlining, all of this, right? But you ain't got no solution. That's different. That's a whole other. You see what I'm saying? Okay, y'all. Who we have here? Almighty prayers. Welcome to the channel. So you said Yaqub, aka Jacob, and his children, the Jews, are thriving and stronger than ever. Even a lot, the more successful blacks are following the rules and regulations by marrying lighter, the drafting process. You see, one thing that we all need to give ourselves some congratulations. Is we did an excellent job of getting this knowledge out there. But now there's another job where, see, look, here's the thing too. Now, everybody was never supposed to be known 120. Like I'm saying, the original, when Elijah made it, yeah, it was for everybody. Now, we get known, right? We're known for, we put it out there. But see, even with us, now it's rules to this shit. You don't just get it. Not for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now you're fast 3 days, and look, we give it to you a little bit of time. Yes, what I'm saying? See, you give out the whole thing, right? And you leave out the factor of the people. See, a lot of times people is looking, is this idea more righteous than that idea? Is democracy more righteous than communism or whatever? A lot of times it ain't got to do with that. If you got unrighteous people at the head of any motherfucking system, it's gonna be fucked up. And you can have righteous people in control of a fucked up system, and guess what? It's not gonna be as bad as it was. So a lot of that stuff, man, but see, different people get the knowledge and shit, and like I said, it's the person and it's the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like you get the knowledge and you don't understand what we're talking about, and then you start talking about this, successful blacks and you know Yakub and his children and all of this stuff, man. Listen. See, that's something that's easier too. It's easy to do that. It's much easier to teach that the white man is the devil than it is to teach that the black man's God. You know, you could just lean on the history. You could just lean on the history and the environment. You know, there's individuals that you can name where you like saying clearly you know who he is. But see, it's much more difficult to teach that the black man's God. See, like I said, after, you know, at least the way I was absorbing the history, right, of, you know, race relations or whatever in America, right? You know, I mean, you know, I grew up in the when everything turned militant. You know, like I said, I didn't really see Martin Luther King. You know, I see the film strip, but the people I seen that was, you know, on the news at the time is just the BLA and the Panthers and all of it. You see what I'm saying? So this is more, you know what I'm saying, how I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not you know, it's just easier to blame them for everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, right? You know, you got brothers that is standing in front of the school, you know, every day, you know, doing whatever they doing, right? But in their minds, they're not doing good in school because it's the devil's education.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, those types of things, yeah, you can outgrow. But like I said, that's not the knowledge. That's your interpretation of the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Where you use the knowledge as a shield because you just didn't want to go to school. And now you felt like you had a good reason and shit. You see what I'm saying?
Now your reason for not being in school is righteous.
Right. Because as long as there's a devil there, see, that's, you know, moving the goalposts. What about ism? You understand what I'm saying? Where, you know, we change the subject, you know, well, what are y'all doing walking in the hallway during class time? Saka, you a devil! You see, this is, we talk about that right after we talk about what you're doing in the hallway. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's, you know, one thing I would say to Almighty Prayers is that, you know, when you look at the knowledge degree, right, it tells you about God of the universe. It starts out with the Asiatic black man.
Mm.
Right? When you look at the understand the knowledge degree and say to make devil what must one first do, right? You gotta begin with the black man. So, you know, all these other manifestations and, you know, this person, yeah, they got some children that they taught a certain kind of way and all of that. But don't forget where all that begins at.
You still play a role in the cause.
You play the only role. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, see, look, even when you look at the history, right? We just had Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving is a story about the Indians having the upper hand. See, when the reality of all these situations is that when the colored man came different places, right? They had unifying ideas like Christianity and capitalism. And the people that they encountered was they was divided. You know what I'm saying? Tribal lines, religious lines, whatever it might be. And because of that division, those divisions were so strong that the people couldn't see that these outsiders was really the enemy. You understand what I'm saying? Or even in modern times, right? New York State could build how many other jails they want. And they got the population of whatever. But see, you ending up one of those people that's in the state jail, that ain't really got all that much to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
That got to do with you. They can set up whatever system they want. Your job, what you said, right, is that you was going to destroy that in one day without falling a victim. You understand what I'm saying? You have to fall a victim to become subject to Yakub's law. That's what it says. Who's in the class that's wise with an S? Yeah, but I ain't gonna be here that long. I gotta go in early now. See, y'all ain't see, hold on. So I got my tuxedo on today. So I got my tuxedo on. I don't know what happened. My uncle told me the police came looking for me. So, just in case if I gotta go see the jury, I want to be prepared. Got my tuxedo on. You know what I mean? Cash out tonight is that could be bail funds. We don't know. Cause I got, I'm thinking it's somebody that's one of y'all. Yeah. Like somebody did something, right, that they weren't supposed to do. And then the first thing they did came around me. And now you got these people thinking I'm down with you. I'm not, but yeah, I got no idea. There's something about this year, 2023. Something about this year, 2023. I don't know why. All of a sudden, police decided to be concerned with me again. But yeah, it's been rough this year. But yeah, that's pretty much that's what I got some people that I'm gonna be staying away from for right now. And he said they left me a letter or something. He said, yeah, some shit, yeah, we came when you was out. And first of all, you don't know me. So once you came when I was out. Yeah, I'm permanently out now. But yeah, the last time that happened, they was looking the last time that happened, it was that like when they leave their car and shit like that. Yeah, I didn't have all that. But whoever you is, man, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? And those officers, y'all do a thorough investigation until y'all discover who's who and leave me out. Cause I don't even have any idea why I haven't had no contact with them. Just a humble man trying to live a simple life. But we got any questions out there? We pretty going in, but uh I got some things I gotta do tomorrow too. Shout out to the guy, man. He in the hospital. I didn't get a chance to see him, so I don't know what the situation is, but I gotta get over there tomorrow. Anybody, I don't know. Wait a minute. I said that too soon. I forgot that the wordsmith and Phil G is in here. I just asked for questions. I, I, I wasn't thinking. That's what happens. See, that's why I got a little bit tired. Like I said, I just came back from Massachusetts and I had some business to handle when I got down here. So I haven't even been really to rest yet. Plus I gotta figure out what's going on. I ain't turning myself in, I tell you that much. I figure out what's going on with that though. Anyone? Bueller? See, it's the same thing. I'm gonna tell you what you gotta do, everybody, right? You gotta start you gotta keep a pen and a pad with you. Or maybe you can use your phone. See, I know Phil G. See, that's what I'm saying. You know what it is, right? It's one of the things where see people be having questions, but then when they get on the live, they can't remember. So look, you gotta write it down. So you said here, it said, when the Bible speaks of the Word being with God and the Word was God, do you see that as primordial activity or the protons and electrons swirling around the nucleus existing in a state of subsistence? See, this one I was wanting to see, I told you I spent a lot of time standing in front of the school, not necessarily in class. So I have to read some of this stuff 2 or 3 times to get. So you said, do you see that as primordial activity or the protons and electrons swirling around the nucleus existing in a state of subsistence? All right, now look, first of all, let's start here, right? Let's put the next line in, right? Let's put the next line in, right, where it says, God was the light of men, right? And then ask your question again uh, with that in consideration, because I think that's where I'm being thrown off here. Kasim said, "Nah, I don't know. What's your question, Reese? I didn't notice." I So Philly G says, I see word as activity in the mind of Allah before it becomes what? Before it becomes alive. Okay, now listen. This is what I'm saying, right? So you said manifested, you changed it up real quick there because that's what I'm saying. You're talking about alive, and then you're saying before it becomes alive. See, sometimes you got to watch just the language. That's.
Mm.
we gotta watch that. You gotta watch that kind of language, man. Pause. That's what you gotta understand. How do you young boy say pause? But okay, get back to what you're saying here though. See, in the beginning was the word, right? Because the word is the first manifestation of the light. And then like Justice said up there earlier, the word became flesh. And it continues to do it.
I think all that aligns with just like energy and matter just exist in unison.
Yeah, see, all of these things, yeah. Look, anything that you see in the universe, right? You see it in sun, moon, and stars, right? There's going to be some equivalent in man, woman, and child in protons, neutrons, and electrons. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be, because this is all the world. We all the universe. You know what I'm saying? The universe is not just the inanimate stuff. We the universe too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So, uh, you're gonna see manifestations, right, of the nature of all things in all things. But we just got to make sure that when we see in these relationships, right, that we could draw up through using mathematics, that we identifying, we not identifying the wisdom and putting that first. You see what I mean? Because we in a different world where we got to draw it up.
And that's what gives us the light to see the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you deal with like other religions and all these other like different like schools of thought, there's no way to like self-insert yourself in what they're talking about. It's usually
Right.
someone else's wisdom or someone else's words and what they're experiencing, and them saying that this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? But nah, the truth is me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. You here.
Mm-hmm. So wait, we're still on Kant. And so wait, is there a particular is there something in particular that Kant speaks on? Because I mean, see, some things is like that, right? Where you got to provide the spark. Like, see, the things that I come on here and build on, right? Those things that I was interested in. You know what I'm saying? So something something sparked me. I had some type of inspiration to deal with, going through that study. Can't, I mean, I heard of them, but, you know, uh, who's the other guy? Nietzsche and, uh, various, but I was never really that interested in it, but what in particular did, Kant manifest that was interesting.
Peace on my man up.
Peace.
Peace to God.
No doubt. So Allah said in the 1:14, Elijah said the earth belongs to the original man, and he said in the understand. Okay, so in the knowledge degree in 1:14, Elijah said the earth belongs to the original man. In the third degree in 1:14, he says the original black man is God and owner of the earth. What made him differentiate between the two? I mean, there's an extra word there, right? But I don't see a distinction. Like that's one of the things, right? In the 1 and 10, right? The 1 and 10 is almost like when you read certain books, right? And it's a certain specific kind of knowledge in that book. It got a glossary, like in the back, where it defines the terms, the terminologies that might be used in a particular world that's being discussed in that book. You know what I'm saying? In the student enrollment is, it's not exact, but I'm saying that's kind of the way that I use it. You understand what I'm saying? That, when it says who is the original man is the Asiatic black man who make the only human planet Earth, for the civilization and God of the universe. So if I see any of these words right here, original man, black man, God, I know that all these things is synonymous because, the knowledge degree in the 1 and 10, same thing with who's the colored man, uh, the planet Earth, all of these things, you're being introduced to, the ideas that is going to be elaborated on in the rest of the lessons. Phil G said the word going from mouth to ear and understanding be had that sounds like God blowing into Adam and he became a living soul. I mean, that's see, I don't know if I don't know how familiar you are with the Bible, but we ain't gonna get into the biblical text. We ain't gonna get into the biblical text there. But yeah, though I mean, the Bible, all of these books, they're written in that way. You know what I'm saying? In codes, where you gotta, a lot of times you gotta draw the true meaning out. So Again, some of this terminology I wouldn't exactly use, but yeah, I see what you're saying. So Kasim said his thoughts on reasoning is very near close to ours. So that's what I'm saying. Like, give me an example of what his thoughts on reasoning. Like, what's a good example? He said, so the difference is what the degree is saying, i.e., the best part he preserves, so no need to say owner and knowing every square inch. Well, now, again, I'm taking y'all back to Kitty Man. When we standing outside, before school in the morning, uh, these things that you're saying, I wasn't looking at it as a difference. Like, see, the things that you're saying, we say knowledge and understanding is one and the same. So the knowledge degree and the understanding degree was telling you the same thing. Who's navigating the globe? So, can't let me ask you a question: Is can't a agnostic? Like, what is his idea here? He's Gnostic, agnostic, atheist. What is he? I mean, you say you're going line by line. All right, look, I'm just trying to keep up with you. So Justice said he's talking about Pedro Alonso Nino in the third degree. And you're saying you're going line by line. I gotta catch me up or something then. You know, I don't know about this y'all got some newfangled stuff, self-style wisdom over there. Pedro is down Columbus, okay. But uh who's navigating? I mean, well, you know, in a lot of the 1 to 14, right? When you get up to, let's say, at least, the first 10 degrees, right? A lot of that is about the same concept that you're talking about. It's about the earth belonging to the original man and us preserving the best part for ourselves. Whether that best part is, dealing with the knowledge and wisdom, in our culture, right? And how a person can come to wear the greatest and only flag known in the universe, whether it's about, uh, Jerusalem being built first by the original man, whether it's about, the color man being ran out of Mecca, all of these things is pretty much saying the same thing. Well, I ain't gonna say saying the same thing, but that idea, right? That the earth belongs to the original man and we choose what it is that we do and where we do it, you know, is throughout that degree. Okay, so so Kant, uh you're saying that he developed some ideas on the self, right? So how is Kant related to the kind of Freudian ideas of self and the uh ego? Is he like a step into uh like is some of his ideas like the forerunners of Freud's ideas? It's a little bit of lag time. We're waiting on wise ruler. So, Ken had an idea to know self is to know the universe. Hmm. Okay, now, uh, yeah, I got it. You know what? Let me look it up before I speak on it because the first thing that comes to mind, right, is you know, to know thyself, right, and uh, through knowing yourself, uh, also acquiring knowledge of the universe and everything that's around you and all the other people around you. That's been around since at least the pyramids. Because ultimately, I mean, yeah, there is you know, uh, a seed there that's the same, in terms of, as we travel through the universe at 5%, right, and knowing who we are, and of course, we got that simplification of things, right? Who's the original man? Who's the colored man, right? Who is alike and who's unlike, right? So if we know who self is, then we know who's like and we know who's unlike. Once we know who's like and we know who's unlike and we know how these people interact with each other, right? Now we got some knowledge on, uh, what's going on around us in the universe. You know what I'm saying? We got some ability to predict the history, you know, once we know who we interacting with. So I think, right now, uh, because I know Phil G is reloading his cannon right now. Before he thinks of another question, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sneak out of here. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who sees fit, put donation on my bail fund right there, because you never know. I could walk right outside right now. I could walk right outside right now, and they could be waiting for me. Why I don't know, but there's that. So we'll be back tomorrow, of course. Mondays and Tuesdays is our thing. We had a couple of people in here that I don't recall seeing them. So, all the new people hit subscribe. Everybody else, make sure you do the each one, teach one, hit the like button. I'm gonna sign off and say peace. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Nanny, nanny.